have a radio here. You're up and running, so anything you say is live right now.
Oh, beautiful. Well, welcome everyone. It is Sunday. Time for more coffee. July 13th. We are at the CRCA race number 8. It's a club race in Central Park with a finish by the Met Museum. Let's see, it's 5:30. We're right over by the finish line, which is just down the road from where they're lining up to start. We can't quite see it yet. But they're about to get off in a minute or two, I would expect. And we have some nice conditions out here. It is in the low 70s, a little humid. But a good day for racing. So right where you see that orange cone and that marshal there, that is the finish line. So the race officials are actually still setting it up now. This is kind of amazing to me because these races really come together at the last minute where you have 5 minutes, 10 minutes before they're setting up the cameras, the timing equipment, and it's all a last minute thing that somehow works out every single time. What will be interesting and fun about today's race is that it's a points race. So it's going to be a little bit more lively, especially from our vantage point, because every single lap other than the first will have points for it, and that's how the race is won, by accumulating the most amount of points. CRCA does this for a few of their races throughout the season, and this one is going to be awarding points based on who crosses that line in the top 3 on each lap. So for example, once they complete that first lap and they come up through here, we'll have finish line, cross, first place. We'll get 5 points, 3 points for second place, and 1 point for third.
Yeah, I hear you on the radio, Dave.
Race radio in the background.
Yeah.
They have not started.
To set up.
It's true. Instead of counting the top 3 on each lap, you're going to count the top 5, and there are more points allotted. So 9 points for first place, 7 for second, 5 for third, 3 for fourth place, and 1 point for fifth place across that line. Okay, a little something. These races are always timed to start just when the sun's coming up. That first light, it gets going, so we're actually able to start seeing what's going on out here. And it's the Central Park Conservancy's goal to get these races done right at the crack of dawn. It is certainly very early, but it is certainly the safest time of day, and you have the fewest people out. And maybe I'm biased, but the runners generally don't get up as early as the cyclists. I've seen, this is the third runner I've seen this morning come through, and yet there's been a few dozen cyclists all out here. It's common practice, 5 a.m. in the morning. So a couple minute delay getting started, which is less common than you would think, but it does happen for a variety of reasons. Sometimes we don't have all the marshals in place. So CRCA, Century Road Club of America, will put in marshals at every single intersection. They will have 2 at the big ones, It's all to provide safety for the riders coming through. And so what happens is right before the race gets going, someone from Central Park will do a lap and make sure everyone is out. All the marshals are stationed, they have their cones out, and they're able to conduct the race safely. What am I saying? CRCA, Century Road Club Association. Jose, we're right in front of this obelisk over here, which I barely notice when I go past when riding because it's kind of covered behind the shrubbery and the greenery. But
Check is muy bien.
What was that?
they said the check is muy bien.
Try again, radio check. Try again.
Looking good.
Dave to Rob. Radio check 1, 2, 3.
So race number 8.
It's number 8, but that first one was canceled in January. It was terrible cold weather, which I think a lot of the guys are, a lot of the racers are pretty used to being in some tough conditions, but CRCA called that one off because it was so cold. The concern was that riders would not be able to brake safely, that their hands would be going numb. And it's easy to forget about that when we're in the middle of July and it's in the 70s and 80s consistently, but this race season starts pretty early. I believe that was back in March. So even though this is the 8th club race, it's actually the 7th one that actually happened. It's also one of the earlier ones.
I see something. Is that it?
No, I just see some car activity.
Testing, 1, 2. This is Carlos. Hey, Carlos. Good morning. We're late.
They are late. So this is the radio chatter amongst the motos, the race officials out here coordinating this. We can listen in. But there has been no start. We are on a delay, and we're not sure why. Good morning. It did look like a marshal. I hope they're not going to cover a spot that is. Let's see, we have a race official up there in the in that baby blue shirt.
Oh wait, I'm gonna get a shot. There he is.
So this race is going to be just a hair over one full lap for each group coming through because, again, that start line. So for the A field, they're going to be doing 7.1 laps today. We're going to have the B field doing 6.1, the women's field 5.1. The C field is going to be 5.1. The women's development field is 4.1. Which they typically hold to, but they have been known occasionally to shorten the laps. And they might do that today, actually. We're getting that late start, and Central Park is going to want this wrapped up by its expected end time. Well, I shouldn't say the slowest group. The fastest group, which is the A field, He's going to have the last finish time field there. They're saying, or is this okay on Discord?
Access to that because they discuss, things are particular to the race. So
Yep.
they don't, it's better not to broadcast any of that information. But you can talk to the motos, so if you push and talk, you can talk to them.
Discord is secure enough for Central Park Racing and not secure enough for some other communications. So Zay, you have a drone over there that's not actually operating as a drone today. It's just giving you another vantage point, higher camera up over there, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's the only way to go around the legal limitations.
Yeah. He has a drone that is not flying today. It is mounted on the top of a tripod.
See if I can get a shot. There it is.
So your setup, what you guys can't see out here is Jose has he has a pedal assist bike that's loaded up with gear, and then it's towing a trailer behind it that's loaded up with more gear. There's a tripod in it. It's one of two he has today. And then monitors upon monitors. Everything is operating off of batteries. He can pick a spot. We're kind of in the ditch on the side of the roadway here. And he's mobile and he's streaming just off of that. He's got a little mixer so he can have a multi-camera setup, give you the finest coverage.
we try. It's kind of a fun project. It's a lot of work, but I can't seem to stop, clearly.
It is spiraling to become more elaborate. Still not sure why this delay. We're stretching into almost 15 minutes here.
Yeah, it's not normal. Something is up. It's got to be a Marshall situation. Oh, and you hit your
or a moto
shot cortado.
Oh, the Jose comes prepared. He's got caffeine in a little mug here. So what time were you up this morning to get out here?
4.
4. Okay.
What about you?
I was 4:35. Take the extra 5 minutes. I said, let me push back that alarm just a little bit. But I think for a lot of the riders, they were up quite a bit before then. Not all. There are some that will literally roll out of bed. They will hop on their bikes and they will come out here. They'll do maybe a warm-up lap or the warm-up on the way over here. And that's how their morning starts. They don't require a lot of warm-up or they'd rather have the extra sleep. I'm not racing right now, coming back from an injury, but I am not that type of rider. I'm one who likes to get up, say about 90 minutes before the race. So I like to wake up first thing, get the caffeine going, start to wake up, do some stretching, have a nice, mellow, relaxing time. I have my stuff laid out from the night before. For anyone who doesn't race, there is a lot of gear and things you have to remember. You have your nutrition, whether that's gels, bottles, what you're going to have for breakfast. You're going to have your race-specific clothing. It's always weather dependent. So you're checking the weather in the lead up to the race. You're checking the weather the morning of, the night before. Especially in the colder temperatures, that's a lot more difficult because you're trying to figure out the bare minimum amount of clothing that you can wear and yet still be comfortable and fast. So you're taking into consideration, is something going to be a little bit too loose? Is it going to be flapping in the wind? Is it going to keep me warm enough? Is it going to be too restrictive? So I was the type of person who would lay out everything the night before, put it in order. I'm very anal about that sort of thing, and I even put my heart rate monitor. I make sure it's one of the first things on because I've been known too many times to get through getting fully dressed and then realize I didn't put it on, and then you have to peel off about 4 layers of clothing in order to get back down to the chest to put it on. So I'd have that and make sure to get my food going early, start to digest, get a bunch of carbs, a little bit of protein in. Then I would have nice calm rollout over to the park. I would go through a little warm-up routine, about a little over 20 minutes, and time it to kind of wind up right on that start line just less than 10 minutes before the start. So if you think about that, all the racers who were up there, at whatever time they got up, they did their warm-up routine that they wanted, or maybe they didn't get enough time. They got to that start line, and now they're sitting here for 20 minutes. So they've been, probably for many of them, they've been there about half an hour, and they are getting cold, which it's tough because this race is going to get fast right off the start. Even though they're not points on this first lap, I see a couple bikes up there, but they're in the rec lane. Even though there are no points on this first 10th of a lap that they're coming through, you're going to have people jockeying to position because there will be attempts for a breakaway. Depends on the field, how strong the riders are, but if you can get into a breakaway, you have this race wrapped up, even if you don't make it all the way to the end. And that's because you can get enough points to be able to box out the entire field off of just a few laps of being in a breakaway. So if it was a 6-lap race and you went through on the first 4 laps and you were in first place, you'd rack up 20 points right there, and you'd definitely have the whole thing locked up at that point. And you could fall right back into the pack and chill out the rest of the race. It's a good sign. Headlight there. There's actually a garbage pickup zone for the park. And what's not great about it is there is an enormous pile of grease and food out here. Nothing substantial to clean up, but I'll tell you, this ground is slippery as I'm walking on it. With my sneakers, I feel it. And it is about 10 yards past that finish line. It makes me a bit nervous that you're going to have riders going full gas coming out here, and they're going to be right into a very slippery patch of tarmac. But hopefully riders identify that early on in the race when they're going a little bit more mellow, and then they can keep an eye out for that. But that is a little worrisome.
So I was fighting with the stream cut. So did you get any info on what's going on?
I did. So the race officials said that the setup crew this morning was a bit late coming out here. Normally they would probably be out here around 4:30. Today they didn't get here until 5, so meant a delay of getting the signage out throughout the park. That was part of the delay. He said they had some delays on their end. Everything has been straightened out, and they think they're going to be starting momentarily. But at this point, so 5:53, we're 23 minutes past. That's more than 1 lap time per field. So I would think right off the bat, oh, here we go. Expect every group is going to be cut short. This is the A field coming up here. So let's go over to myraceresult.com where anyone can follow along and watch. Typically it's live stats of how the race is going. Any info for the A field yet that just officials if the timing chips on the bikes are not working, and review the footage of their high-speed camera and figure out who crossed what. It's been a little bit of an issue lately, but they have been. Field coming up here. Tom Sanford for, seems like they are not going too hard. Oh, we've got Rubber and Road Rod to start. I would
late coffee.
Yeah, well, I'd say late to the race. This is a good race to be late, right on the start, which is it's a terrible way to start a race. I've been there before. I did a Prospect Park race back at dawn, even earlier because I live in the Upper East Side, and in the darkness, as I'm tearing up from the cold, my hands are numb. I'm about 10 blocks away from Prospect. Went into one intersection, and there was a car that was moving very fast right towards me. It turned out to be a police car, and it hit me. It hit me, and the police car hit it, putting a hole in it that was about a little over an inch in diameter. No ticket. Leader right now in that competition. He's new to racing this. I believe he was in Colombia. The C field as a Cat 5 racer, and he's done quite well this year. Get to my race for the Prospect Park race. I roll in with a hole in my minutes before the start of the race. I didn't have my bib number, so I'm frantically pinning it on my jersey as my hand. They go. And the first thing I do, first pedal stroke, I drop my help give me a boost. I've never had that before, but it was just like what the pros get when they have a mechanical, and the guy took off running, going full gas, trying to catch on to the peloton. That was my first Prospect Park experience.
I raced once in Prospect Park and I found it a little scary.
Yeah, it is. I think to a lot of people think that it's kind of like a sister park, a women's dev field. In there. Good morning. It's been redone more recently. Yeah, it is pretty different, even in the way the structure's a big counterclockwise loop. I believe it's about half the distance. What I found was that when you're in a central is about a minute per lap. So it is much punchier. It is that increased load of putting out some serious watts climbing up. It's very easy to get dropped.
Oh, that's a big field. Women's A?
Should be the women's A coming.
Yeah, women's A. Pushing.
So the tracker I have is showing the B field. They're moving along. They are almost directly across the park from us. They're on the west side of the park, just passing by 88th Street. All right, so CRCA may have an extra moto today because they have bicycle racing pictures as their photographers out off the back there. Going to go get some nice shots, which is always a luxury if they have an extra moto available. Might not be for the full race. They may at some point, if there's a breakaway, something like that, divert the moto.
This is her photo. That's actually doing.
That we're looking at right now. Yeah, she's a staple of these races. Her secret is when she's not on the moto and you don't see her walking around, she has a little scooter that she kind of hides in the bushes. So what she will do is take some photos on one side and suddenly reappear on the other side of the park to get a few more shots. You always wonder how she gets around so quickly, but it is the scooter that is her secret. So what I'm seeing here, Jose, we were talking about this earlier, is that the typical finish, not for all the races, but for many of them, is the cat's paw finish, which is back a little bit, and then you have the start by the low boathouse. But what we're looking at here with the Met finish is actually a downhill. So right when you crest over that and you start to come down here, we see you're going to have something you don't see as often, which is going to be people sprinting downhill. It is going to be fast. The one thing I'll say about that is the field's going to be most likely pretty strung out by the time they get to the top of that climb. A lot of riders probably going too hard up it, going too early, not timing their sprints because they're not used to this finish. Typically you want to start your sprint about 200 meters from the finish, which is partially down this hill. And you can see us, we're waving. So Jose's setup spread out here. The amount of gear is incredible.
See if I can get Cleopatra's Needle. Oh, just about.
Cleopatra's Needle is that obelisk from 1425 BCE. It's held up pretty well for about 3,500 years.
You know, they had to like build a special crane just to hoist that. Like it was engineered just for that. Actually, I'm gonna try to take a nice shot of it. Where is it?
Now, I believe, I've heard, I haven't looked this up, but that the acid rain that we get from the level of pollution in the air has actually done damage. They had to do a restoration on it. It survived thousands of years, and then as the rain has gotten more polluted, it has started to eat away at it.
We got some coming.
It's in pretty good shape from our vantage point. Okay, see a field coming right over the top. This is going to be the men's A field coming through.
Well,
Going for those points. Motos flying through. We have Stallings in second place. His big hit in first place, and it was MYCC in third. So we have 5 points, 3 points, and 1 point on that first of our sprint laps.
Oh my God! That's ridiculous.
So I'm looking at the race results for the men's A field, and we're seeing on that first lap, they had Stalin from Dave Jordan, who's in first place, Vladimir Momolat in second place, and Ben Brown on third. But that's not the order that I saw them come through. I think the race chips are just picking them up in a different. I don't know that it's precise enough if they're all right down to a photo finish there. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see if that's revised. I know they go through right after that, and they'll look at the footage and make sure it's all accurate. Make sure all the chips are working clearly for those three, because it was quickly put up in the race results. So this should be the men's B field coming up in just a moment. You can see them, they're on 75th Street, and we're standing right at 82nd Street. So they will be moving in excess of 25 miles an hour. We see a moto, here they come just like that. Boy, they're getting some speed on this. MICC riders who are in 3rd, 4th, and 5th place there with a little bit of a gap on the field. They're pretty strung out. I don't know. So on the points there, we had 3 points and Charlie Fernandez with 1 point. For many riders is if you have incredible fitness and you're able to get out on a breakaway and you're able to escape the field, then you can win the race on that. But for many riders, it comes down to having the fitness to stay in the race, conserve energy, and then win on that final sprint is crucial on all of these, because many riders won't be able to establish enough of a breakaway right when they're coming up to the line. You will have some. There's some riders who have tremendous 1-minute power. So they would be the ones who are taking off at the bottom of Cat Hill and trying to hold a 1-minute power all the way up, get ahead, cross that line before the sprinters come up behind them. But in the first lap, we haven't seen any breakaways established of any significance. Luckily, that slippery pavement there has not been an issue so far. I think for many of the riders, because the line, let's see.
Whoop, we got something.
Yeah. Nope, that was men's B. This is men's C. Max was on the front before at the back of the pack. He did not get the points this time. He was chilling. So what I was saying, that slippery patch of oil right there and hugging the left side of the road as they're coming down. It's from our vantage point, the right side of the road, but that is the shortest line for anyone who's sprinting, trying to come through here. So that is a good thing.
Heavy gear. Do it.
Starting to wake up. You're getting a few more runners out. Person come by, are they headed to or from work on a Sunday? And there goes our photographer. We hear some whistles. It's always a good clue, because if the marshalling system is working well, there's basically enough marshals that they're within earshot of each other all throughout the park at all those intersections, and they all have whistles, and they're all blowing them when whistles coming through that park. It's usually a clue. Yeah, the moto's talking about a city bike. Their job is cycling lanes where the race is going on. They are trying to move them to the side to keep it safe for the racers coming through, and it's not an easy job. It's kind of like a whack over, let the field pass through, and then go about their day. So you've been watching the tour? Have you seen every stage?
Yeah,
it's been a good one this year.
The whole race.
It struck me when I first looked at the stages for this year. The first 10 days were so many hilly or flat stages, and I thought, boy, this first 10 days is going to be relatively boring. It's going to be all about the sprinters, not about the GC, and we'll have to wait to the second half. And it has been thrilling right from the very first stage. I definitely underestimated how interesting it would be. action-packed. Too many crashes, too many really big crashes. Yeah, some big names. Philip Ogana going down on day one, just not that far into the race. Jasper Philipsen, yeah. He was not able to finish that day. He tried. You had Jasper who went down on stage 3, broken collarbone, fractured rib. He was able to race through yesterday on what was a sprint stage, but he has a fractured rib as well. Yeah, a lot of sprint crashes. It's amazing watching that. I mean,
at 35 miles per hour.
Oh, they're going faster on many of them. They're going in excess of 40 miles an hour. I mean, it's not quite double the speed that these riders in Central Park are going, but it is a lot faster. So physical. There is so much pushing and shoving and fighting for lines, and you see a little bit of that in Central Park, where just part of bike racing, riders have to be able to defend their position, hold the wheel. You'll get shoulders and elbows as riders are trying to stay up and hold everything, but. Hey, Matt, how are you? It's good to see you.
Good to see you as well.
How you doing?
Doing all right.
Yeah?
Yeah. My friend's racing this morning. I'm going to do a section ride.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah, well, it's very good to see you.
Like, oh shit, that's different.
Yeah. Just new stickers. Looks like new wheels, it's new stickers.
Cut a lap, women's there, cut a lap, women's there, cut a lap.
Okay, that was the Dev Field going through. Dave Jordan picking up an easy point off, cutting a lap. Behind them. It's also interesting about it is not uncommon for a field to be lapped by another one to keep the slower field over to one side. Okay, we can hear over race rate.
Sprint points again?
There will be every single lap now. There are sprint points. It will be exciting. There will not be a dull moment. So the C field and the women's dev field are actually some riders who are on the front in the first one, headed towards the back on the second lap. Sure are coming in fast. Again, let's see. Just picked up first there, so that's 8 points for him. Baker Donahue from Big Hit has 5 points coming through right there, and then we had a point. So in the current standings, we have Stalin overall in first place, Baker Donahue, and it is early enough where they can absolutely make up that kind of ground. There is no, that is not an insurmountable lead right there in the points.
I'm going to give the needle another try. Here we go. Oh.
There we go. Cleopatra's needle. You can see it right there on the edge of frame.
Morning.
I always wondered when you have a race going on and you see there's probably every single race there's got to be people out here who have no clue the race is going on, who just came into the park, said, I'm going to get up a few minutes earlier today. I'm going to go out, get my run in.
Get out of the way.
Yeah, and they're wondering what is going on. Why is there a moto in the middle of Central Park? And then you see a field of racers come flying by them. Roadrunners race here yesterday in the park, which which pretty much takes over. We've got a group coming in here. All right. We have 3 riders that were able to establish a little bit of a gap there.
I guess you have to tell them that we're behind the Metropolitan.
At finish here. Was in second place on that first lap. Now he took first place here. So that is 8 points total. Kevin Wang is 5 points. Did not get any points on that last lap, but was able to get first place through there. Picked up 3 points with the second place cross.
What's today for the tour?
Today for the tour, let's see, what is it? It's stage 8 or 9? 9, right?
Yeah, 9.
Stage 9. It's another sprint stage, I hear. I haven't looked at the profile, but it's 10 days of racing before they get a day off. So they have today as a sprint stage, and then tomorrow's a pretty big mountain day, and then they're gonna limp into that final to that first rest day. And what they're doing, it is. I talk a lot about this with other people who don't race bike. The orders of magnitude better that the pros are than even the best we have here racing in Central Park is insane, because they are doing well over 100 miles, many of the fast as these sprints are going down. And then you add on tremendous elevation gain. Okay. Seafield just cruising through here. But the biggest thing is the pros are doing those kinds of days 10 times in a row, 1 rest day. I mean, it is the hardest. I can't think of anything that would be harder physically to do over that stretch of time. It is an incredible feat what they do. They're the most fit human beings on this planet to be able to get through that. So really the first. New York City has a pretty vibrant racing scene. For example, yesterday, Prospect Park, there was a race there. So a lot of the people who are racing today were there yesterday. So if you're into it, you are doing back-to-back races. But you know, with the right fitness, you can do a recovery from that. You can come into today's race and you can manage that load of having 2 races in a row. But not everyone can do it. I would think if you were to introduce a 3rd one in there, you'd really start to notice some differences on the rider. You have to leave the city for those. I can see the men's B field has gone through Harlem Hill at this point. They're looping around. We'd have the men's A field up ahead of them a little bit, which is probably closer to Tavern on the Green. It's also one of the finishes here. It's a nice one. It's a straightaway there, which is good for a sprint. I believe are the sprint finishes, they're here and they're Tavern on the Green. They don't do sprint finishes anywhere else. I mean, East
Engineer's
91st,
Gate.
Engineers Gate, which is also, I mean, that is the straightest part of the park.
That's the best.
That is a slight uphill. It's a couple percent, and like a false flat. And we had that footage from last year where it was the beer delivery truck, like a Mick Ultra truck coming through right at the sprint. So yeah, it somehow it is. It's like the stars align nearly every race to have deliveries occur right at the moment where everything is winding down or ramping up for the racers. So it's uncanny. You have a truck pull right through the finish line in the last couple seconds. The timing's unbelievable. So in the Tour de France, you see these strategies where teams come out and they're putting pressure on for the day. They're saying, okay, we're gonna take charge of the peloton. We're gonna be out there. We're gonna drive the pace. We're gonna slow people down, wear them out, right? Maybe take sprinting teams out of short to do that. The teams aren't as deep top to bottom as the pros are, obviously. So you don't see a team that'll come out here and put 3, 4,
You
usually.
see the criteriums, like you see it on the skyscraper. You see, looking at Germain,
Mhm.
hoping that he will get a chance this year, and it's not panning out.
It's
with
not looking
Milan.
good. He has been in some, I mean, at best, decent positions on the sprint. I mean, he really hasn't had a great opportunity. His team has not been able to get him there. And then you look at Lidl Trek, which I know yesterday Jonathan Milan picked up his first stage win, but they have been there on every single stage. That lead out is incredible. I mean, Alpecin is second best. The Lidl Trek is just consistently so good at getting him.
There's bicycle racing pictures.
.com. It's going to be some easy points. Cruising right over that finish line. We have Veselka, Big Hit, and Continental Ostroy going 1, 2, 3 right. Another field.
No, I think this is the same field, no?
Oh, it sure is. Wow, they have put quite a pretty sizable gap. I don't see that coming back just because there are so many riders in that front group. So if they have 7 laps. Hello, good morning.
I'm sweating, sorry.
You need help with anything? Good.
Oh, no, I'm waiting for Martin to come. I told him.
There's our women's field going through there. So they would be having sprint points. Oh, just a moment late, the garbage truck coming through. So as the results stand now, in the A field, we have Dave Jordan, Stalin, 8 points. Mark Laurie, I'm going to say, from Veselka. Not familiar, don't know how to pronounce that last name. And then Baker Don. Okay, we're going to have the B field coming through here shortly. Right now they're on 74th Street. We're actually, right before them, we're going to have the women's dev field come through. Although they are pretty close, we'll see if the men's is passing by that women's dev field.
Yeah, and a weird situation. And I cannot have it on real record. I don't want want to be deported.
Okay. Here comes that dev field.
Wait, are they going for a sprint? Really?
Yeah, it's a points race.
But not for the women's dev field.
That is A field. That's A field. That's the A field.
No, that's the dev, right?
No, that's A.
Oh, I think Maria and wait.
Oh, they're in that one. 5 guys off the front there.
Oh, everybody's together.
Yeah, that is passed by the women's. And now,
You see a logo down there?
let's see. Which field was that? You know what? That was the, yeah, that was the women's field, not the dev field that passed by. I had my groups flipped.
Hey! Oh my God! Hey,
Okay, so Jose has all of the previous races going back. He's out here for their open races, their club races. You can nerd out and do your research on how people were racing. You can go back and look at those moments. He's at the finish line for each of them, so you can see the action as it unfolds. And it's really for, for a lot of riders, if you're looking at this race, you're coming up with strategy, you're trying to see how you fit in, see who else is in it. You can see their points, there's a race predictor. You don't have that with the CRCA club races, because when you buy a membership, it gets you access to all of the races that they have in Central Park as club. And if you're up for racing, you just roll through that start line, and comes from either people's Strava history, or you have occasionally, but it's so field specific. Usually doesn't capture the entire race, but Jose's racing
feed, so enjoy.
Yep.
It's
a one-shot deal.
Through it. Yeah.
I've heard from a few of the riders they like it because if they have a family member or significant other that can't be at the race, wondering how somebody's doing during the race, you can go on and track it live, but it is not infallible. If the chips are not functioning correctly, the data is just wrong. We just saw in CC Racing, and the chip data had him in second place, and they did a photo finish by, must have been about 3 inches. In the photo, it looked like it was the depth of his deep.
What is this? So a little detail on those chips. They're actually transponders, and they don't carry any battery in them. What happens is the antenna is emitting a signal that is enough. So there are variations on how the antenna is functioning. There might be some fluctuations on that. So it's that we know of for like keeping timing for like races.
Well, they'll have one. Often I see it affixed to their back, right by the rear axle.
That's like a data recorder.
Well,
yeah.
well, they'll have one. I believe is sending their live data, their power numbers, and everything to the team car.
Like live?
I think it's live. They can see the power that the riders are going up, and you wonder what they're capable of doing, and you see that there's somebody on the front holding 500 watts. So that is strictly for communicating with their team car.
Yeah, I think that's what hurt Jasper, is because of the
Yeah,
race rate.
yeah. Well, when he went down, there were sparks flying off his bike. I don't know if it was the race transponder or his handlebars. It looked like it could have been his handlebars.
I think it's he had like a Garmin watch or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He didn't have a Richard Mille watcher.
Not this time. Only Visma and UAE had Richard Mille.
Now,
I mean, Cavendish did as well, but like individually, not the whole team.
and then was it Matthew Vanderpool who's?
Does he?
I believe. Well, I know he's always wearing a Whoop, but
You know, that's a $500,000 watch, right?
yeah,
It's
yeah,
ridiculous.
yeah. It's their
Yeah.
cheapest one. Really, it's one of the cheaper ones they get. I always wonder how much they weigh when they're fighting for every gram on the bike for the right price. They will happily slap on an extra, quarter of a pound on a racer's
And
wrist.
then there's so many massive crashes that Cavendish had wearing Richard Mille. I always wonder if somebody managed to like get hit in the face by a Richard Mille, or something like that, because those things will just fly off.
Yeah, they. I'm sure there's a lot of repair sponsorship because they've been pretty consistent there, putting them out. So, men's A on 72nd, so we'll be seeing them in a moment.
By the finish line now.
So they were looking at that projected end time of 7:15. We're half an hour away from that.
They're
At
gonna
the
cut
pace
laps.
that the men's A field goes, where they're doing 13-minute laps, they finishing time. But we'll hear the bell lap. So in this field coming over here, Stalin is in the lead. Who do we have here? And third place had another big hit, followed by Alex Larsh.
The rest of them.
Yeah, this field is really.
4 bunches. Here we go.
And that was Stalin back in that group. So that was Matthew Lloyd Thomas for big hit. That was able to come through there, pick up some points there. He's now tied with Mark from Veselka. That's going to be a tall order to get back up to that front. Well, I don't know.
You want to keep riding or no? Huh? Going or no?
There's some guys from Jordan happening in here.
So see, the men's B field is coming around right now. They are all the way at the B field. They start sooner. They will definitely put a gap on them.
Gif, you gotta wave to the camera.
You have a lot of guys fighting for position. This has been really to get the points. So we're not seeing contact, but we are seeing fast speeds coming down this straightaway.
You got Rebecca in the house.
Okay.
No, they're stopping.
Oh, that was it?
Yeah.
Oh,
I think
I
it's
heard-
development.
oh, they rang it last time. Now they're ringing it again. So we have some confusion there.
This development, you're finished. That's it.
Oh, that's it. They're calling it out.
It's like, well, I made the mistake, so might as well.
And then it'll be the men's B field coming up right behind that. In the women's field, we have Stephanie Mangan to be determined, 10 points there. Stephanie Luff from Dave Jordan with 6 points, and Emma Simon with 3 points. They're not too strung out. And on the current standings there, though, we have Leandro Garcia with 20 points. That is, that's going to hold on to take first place in this race. Frederick, John, 8 points in second place, and then Julian Gibson, who has 7 points.
Is that
But
our
I mean,
Charlie?
that is our Charlie. We're going to have to remember, though, that last lap is going to be extra points, a lot of extra points. So that could be consequential for getting on the podium. Now, we didn't hear a bell for them, right? No bell?
Maybe. I think actually did that for title.
I didn't. I had some.
That's done.
No, there's more. Would you like some?
No. That's for the host. That's the only benefit we can offer.
It's an unpaid position,
Yeah,
but
it's a
you
cortado.
get some good coffee in the morning.
What are you doing with your recovery process? Are you training? Are you going to start training?
So I'm coming back from hernia surgery a few months ago, right in the lead up to the race season. I discovered I had a hernia, and I had to shut down cycling. It was aggravating it. I had surgery. Surgery went well. It took me, it was about 5 weeks before I was back on the bike. Didn't want to rush things, and now I'm a couple weeks into easing into training. And so I will say, if you have not trained for any sport, like if you weren't a gymnast or you weren't a runner or a cyclist, you don't know what it's like to train, right? So when I talk to people and they go, oh, you bike a lot, it's like, but it's training, and it takes a lot of dedication. There's a lot of early mornings. There's a lot of sacrifice. There's getting through injuries. And you just can't understand what that's like until you've done it. And I'll say, I've never understood what it's like to recover from an injury. So I've been fortunate in that. But what I'm learning and coming back from this is if you shut it down, I mean, for me, it was nearly 3 months not being on a bike, no exercise. It is jarring how out of shape I am coming back. I mean, I look at my zone 2 power. I mean, I used to be at about, I could hold 220 watts for 3 to 4 hours, and now to hold 200 watts, I think my first few rides, it was a struggle to get there even for 15 minutes. It is, it's amazing.
And it's not 1-to-1. It doesn't take 3 months to get it back.
No.
Like a year.
Despite what ChatGPT thinks, it's I wouldn't be surprised if it's a 2-to-1 ratio. I mean, there are always exceptions. All right, that is the final lap for the women's field right there. This will be there. See how it comes back, but easing into training at less than even half with 5, my body is sore head to toe all over again. Like, you forget what that's like when you get to the point where you can go and knock out 100 miles, and the next day you feel fine. That is not even a thought right now.
I did like 300 miles a week for like,
Yeah.
and it's so much, it's so hard, and I'm going to do X amount.
Yeah. Well, there's so much pressure that you're really putting on yourself. I mean, that's the hard thing about it. It's, I mean, we have to remember, we're all unpaid athletes.
Yeah.
It's not sponsorships. I mean, you're spending a lot of money. You're hemorrhaging money. Bike racing is an expensive sport.
$2,500 wheels.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the cost of tires, you get something torn up in a race, you might be in for, $100 of $150 a new tires.
One skid stop and the tire is done.
Yeah. Constant maintenance, the prep. Take 10 hours a week of training, actual riding. You could add on easily 3 hours, if not more, of prep time, getting dressed, laying out the stuff, doing maintenance on the bike, fixing problems, planning rides. I mean, it is a lot going on at once.
You want to go get those guys?
Oh, we got James and I can't race, but I can still come out here and chat with the racers. We can go over and see James Gilbert from NYCC. I hope they're not cutting it.
Yeah, we started, what, 20 minutes late?
Yeah, but like the last lap's going to be mob.
So you're on the air. So you were in. That's true.
Dude, Wes,
This is live.
This is the Wes, mate. The Wes.
How you doing? I'm Giff from NYCC.
We've all made peace.
So
You know what's funny is that it was.
Live on the, wait, is
you
this
are
on the record?
Oh yeah, you
Oh,
are.
okay.
You are live on YouTube. It's being streamed. This is the CRCA broadcast.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, we were just talking
Dude,
about
what was funny about that is that it was with Milan, who's like 6'8".
I talked to him and he's like, I grew up in Belgium, right? I'm like, yeah, so you get it. He's like, I
It's
did
like-
my time overseas. I've
It's
gotten
like-
rocked by some big European corn-fed boys before.
He's a big boy, that guy.
Well, it was funny. We were talking about earlier and watching the sprint here. They've been clean. There've been big enough lead outs on all of them, just like this.
YCC. Well done, mate. Well done, Alex. They are miles behind.
Yeah. And
That's fucking no. I knew we should have fucking bridged.
so what happened?
I
We
thought
saw
had
what was that
Davis- I
third
thought we had
lap that
Davis
split?
I went to go and bridge when the first break came, and then my team were like, "Dude, we've got a guy in the break." So I thought Davis was in the break, and he can sprint. So I'm like, "All right, okay, cool." And then as I dropped back, I counted off the team. I'm like, "We don't have anyone in the break, man."
Well, what had happened? Let's just go get a coffee.
Yeah.
We don't need to do this.
Yeah.
You're smart.
Our teammates have it under control.
That's true.
Something like that.
I mean, look at
Racing yesterday in Prospect Park.
Oh, what?
How these guys can fucking sprint 2 days in a row.
You know how? Because they're not 30, they're below 30.
yeah, he's
That's
21.
He's
Big
that's
difference.
21.
21. That was racing age. I don't even know if he's. Yeah.
20.
Yeah, he could be 20.
I was not doing this when I was 20.
So, on the men's A field, I don't know how many laps we are in there. What is that? About 6? I'm gonna say because so Matthew Lloyd Thomas 13 points in first place, Selk again in second place, Mark, and then Stalin holding on to those 8 points. But Stalin has not been in the front on the last few, so
Mark is still second.
Mark is second points wise.
What's the delta?
Baker Donahue is fourth place, 5 points.
It's 8-13.
13, 11, 8.
13.
Yeah.
Ooh, so they're actually going to have to keep racing.
Well, on that last lap, there's bonus points for the top 5. There's 4 points. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's not 5, 3, 1. I think it's
Our fastest 4 guys for like most of the season. Chris, Andre crashed out.
no
Glenn
Glenn.
crashed out.
When? Today?
Glenn was knocked off his bike by a team we won't name. We won't say their name.
What race?
2 races ago, you guys go cap. Anyway, he swerved and
From that, he just came back from a broken elbow.
Ooh,
Yeah.
the world's fastest recovery.
from a broken elbow?
Dude, he snapped off the end of his elbow. Knocked off his bike, and then he pulled his back. He can't do it.
What happened to Andres?
Ooh,
A
jeez.
dog ran out
That's not even a racer there.
in the field and completely smoked the poor woman.
So,
No, they're just like little wire. Yeah,
so James, you know Jonas Abrahamson?
We slapped Reedy,
yeah.
broke his fucking shoulder.
Yeah.
You can the shoulder, you can get away with it.
Scat. Scat dog?
Yeah, he's like sticking out. Woo! all the muscle separate.
All right, B field coming through there. Standings in the men's B field. Hendrick John 8, Julian Gibson with 7th, 4th, 5th, and 6th striking distance for that last lap to get points. And
It's the fat. Stop being such a evil.
everything bicycle related.
You know, 300 feet away.
Yep, just grinding, and you hear every pedal stroke. You're hearing that through the tires. That
Woof.
the
The eighth.
in the A field. In the A field, it's actually it's quite competitive because we have 13 points.
Is that,
Not so much in the B field.
Are those available now?
It's not through the current team store. How are you? What's your name?
My Danielle.
Danielle.
Mm-hmm.
Nice to meet you, Danielle. I'm
No,
Gift.
sorry, her son's name is Daniel.
Oh,
No, my son's Max.
Oh, Matt.
Max Lee.
Yes.
Oh, Max. I know Max here. He's waiting for the sprint. I know.
Well, he's doing exactly what you just told.
Yeah, yeah.
Maintenance.
This is his. He started racing this
half a
season.
year.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
This is his first season.
yeah.
Bike club.
Mhm.
But we use the Walmart bike.
Okay.
It got stuck all the time.
Sure, sure.
So
But he was a rower.
he's like,
You had no idea he was building up all this muscular
Right,
strength.
right.
Yeah.
So every time I'm so curious and I look for information everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah. No, he's done well. Whew. There he goes. On as he takes the win.
Like they're Max in my household.
No, no. So he sat, I don't know, how many laps have you been here? A couple? 2, 3? In the back. He was doing what he should be doing. He was on the back the entire race, conserving energy, right? They didn't get stretched out, so they were all riding together.
Seems he in the beginning right away
Or if you have the fitness to hold on and in the final run up and
strategizing. He doesn't like average daily riding is about he rode 3,000 miles with the sport.
sure. Yes. Yes. So that wraps it up for. Oh. Oh, men's A coming up on the finish.
What was that?
Finish.
What was that?
Was that it?
Follow you.
Well, I'm sure
I like.
fun to see it.
Go house.
Okay, sounds good.
Bye.
See you over there. Bye-bye. His racing age.
You see him cross the heat.
A good sprint.
You see him cross the heat.
A good sprint. So that looks like it was that was the women's dev field right there coming through for the final bit. They were not a points race. That was scratch format. can see on the left of our frame, we have Maria Christina Gallagher from NYCC Racing, who is she's the one who's coordinating all of these races in the park. So she's able to race herself. She went out there. As soon as she's done, cuts right back, goes over to the race officials to sort out any issues, hear about what happened during the race. Okay, here comes another field. Okay, men's A field, third there. But they motos are pulling over. We'll see when we get over to the this race is wrapping up. Well, I'm not sure. We see James over there. It's A field. Right now, Veselka 16 points, tied with Matthew Lloyd Thomas from Big Hit at 16 points, and Stalin has who takes first there. Different laps to look at how many first place finishes there were. In this case, they if they're both in the back and remained at their 16 points apiece, with the officials have to go back and look at their finishes. Racing cyclist on the right side of our frame. Right there. Leandro Garcia with 21 points. Frederick John, 8 points. Oh, it's now updated. 30 points total. But we had a flip. Julian Gibson now into second place with 10 points, followed by Frederick John. Again, it was that top five there, all getting points for their finish. This would be the men's A, the final group coming through. This is not them. This is. We see some Veselka rider going by there with torn up kit. We're just here now. Like now compared to before, I mean, you've got commuters, you've got people out for a run. Trying to hear. So this is the first race since they've repainted the entire park. There was a segment that was on the southern part, and then the affectionately known Horseshit Alley. That is the narrowest. You would not know that cycling lane has gone from 2 widths wide, which is which is what we see here. But
70 seconds.
oh, 72nd Street, they'll be coming through. But right at Horseshit on that turn, it's down to one lane. Okay, A field will be upon us in a moment.
Men say 2 liters.
Well, this will not be a bunch sprint.
Men say 2 liters approaching 10.
There will be 2 riders off the front jockeying for those big points, first place. Moto's trying to clear people out as they go. Oh, yeah, people crossing the road at the last second. They hold on there. We have Big Hit and Veselka in a 1. AMC.
Oh, hey, how are you?
5 points right there with that finish. And Mark Lowry, 23 points in second place. So that will be Stalin. Stalin with those early points from the first couple laps. He put up 8. He had a first and a second place, and that was enough to hold on. I guess the breakaway got away, and no one else. This is a very substantial gap to not see anybody coming through here. Might not have things wrapped up though if somebody else is able to get those points on the end. Hey Tom.
Hey guys.
Good morning. How you doing?
All right. It's a rough.
Was there a crash in the C field? Or the B field, I mean?
Field there was on the last lap.
Yeah. Torn up kit.
Oh really?
Yeah.
All right. At least they're riding.
It's like 2 minutes now.
Unless, boy, what would be holding this up? That is a very substantial gap. I'm struggling to understand how that gap grew that much on just one lap. That is really significant.
Here we go.
Okay. Let's see if Stalin can hold on to his third place here. Oh, Stalin in fourth place there. A Big Hit taking third place. And, oh, look at that. We have Baker Donahue from Big Hit, 11 points. Stalin picked up 3 points there for third place.
What did he say?
He said, let's get some air tags.
Oh, okay.
We can tag up the riders.
I think he said, and because we're on the air, I want to double down on it. He said he'll sponsor
He
it.
did. I didn't hear him say maybe. He might have said it, but I think he said, I will sponsor air tags, was his
Wait,
phrase.
is that Natan?
What's on?
Hey.
Natan is the mayor of Central Park.
Making my round. Going through my rides.
Yeah, it started at 5:30 today.
Yeah,
Today.
I heard there was a crash, as always.
There was, I believe, in the B field.
Yeah, that's what Jim said. And then I said,
You want to call this really quick? And
oh,
then
is this on audio?
Moving on to the men's field. Frederick John.
I think it's still taller than me.
Moving on to the men's A field. In third place, Major Donahue. In second, Mark Loffery. And first, Matthew Lloyd Thomas.
Signature.
Strong field.
Bye, guys. Bye, Steve. Bye, Sandy. Alan. Away we go.
All right, that is a wrap for Jose's CRCA Racing live broadcast. That concludes club race number 8. And we'll catch you next time. Thanks, guys. Congrats.